Hey everyone, it's Makito here. I'm doing another double-digit Q review from my student Romie. I don't know what server he was playing on because it says he's 11Q versus a 16Q, but I don't know. Let's just focus on the game more than the whys or the hows, right? He's playing as white. I'm not used to K being in this order. I'm used to, you know, the Kobayashi. And then the normal response would be here. Maybe something like this. I'm not super familiar with the Kobayashi, but I know that it's not good to approach too close because once he pincers you, which I don't know which way he would, or maybe even kicks, but no, I don't think he kicks. I think he would pincer. But the fact is that black can make a lot of points while white doesn't have a base or like I shape. So when I look at this formation, this is kind of like the Kobayashi, right? I assume it's the same idea where white shouldn't play here. Because when he gets pincered, it's very difficult for white to live in here. Maybe one more time. Regardless, it's hard for white to live in here, so I'd probably want to do something like this, and if he takes the corner, then I'll make a base, and we move on from there. But Romie approached this way, which I'm sure is fine. Like I said, I feel like with K16 here, like this is the most important part of the board now, because you don't want black to get a double wing, which he essentially does. It's a little awkward, but it's a double wing. I would consider it a double wing. Romie plays over here, which is wrong. It's actually wrong. In the game it worked for him. Looking at it now though, this is a broken shape. Like these two stones will have a very hard time connecting up, and they're very weak. And this is black's side of the board, so this is not good shape whatsoever. This is called the elephant eye, but it's terrible shape if black can just play right between you and, you know, strike through you. He played this though, which I found was really terrible. I was trying to figure out how black could punish white's move, but it seems like no matter what white does, white has the ladder here, so this is good, and white still has the ladder here, so this is good. So this was actually a good move. So this is a bad move, really, really bad. Do not try and make these shapes where your opponent can just like slice through you. But you know, he's a double-digit Q player too, so he did a terrible move, and then you were able to capitalize on it. So good job working with what you had. We'll move on. Let's see. So white ends up playing here at A. I don't like this because black already has two pincer stones. So like black gets an extra move here, and it does not feel good for white at all. Like, but black in the real game he played this. This does not put enough pressure on the stone. It is a bad move. I think black could have played anything. He could have played here. He could have even played here. Probably even here. He could have played any move, and like this white stone would be in a lot of trouble. but instead he backed off. I'll just show you one pattern that I came up with. This is a very basic Joseki. Normally black plays here and then white extends out over here. But since black already has a stone here, he can just attack very strongly. And if white tries to cut through, black has A and B. He can connect here, or he can kill here. So if white plays at A, black kills, right? If white plays at B, black connects, and he's perfectly fine. So now these stones are split, these stones are split, and now you have two weak groups. Though with these stones, at least they have some friends to run to. Anyway, so black played very terribly by playing this move. He pretty much said, okay white, you can make a base now. And white asked for it, and black just ignored it anyway, which is like even more crazy to me, but we'll move on. This is fine. This was abnormal. I might, if I was playing this game, I might just do this, because this usually, when I play this move, when my stone's on the 4th line, it doesn't really do much. I've been scolded for playing this, so I probably would have played something like this. But that's me. At least you pulled back, which is really good. I think in the last game I reviewed for you, you played this shape, and this was very terrible, but this shape, I like it a lot. This is the correct move. Now, what's funny is, if you played here, oops, sorry, black plays this. This is the same shape that you got in the game. If you played out of order, it would still become the same shape. So that means that A is a mistake. It means that it shouldn't have been played. I think white should play this. And you might be asking, well, can't black just kill that? And the answer is yes, black can. But you can use it as a forcing move. So if black plays here, white Ataris, black connects or kills, whichever, and now white kills this stone, and he has a turtle shell shape facing his other white stones. So this is like crazy good. If you thought a Panuki was good, a turtle shell shape is much better. So anyway, this is a Panuki, if you didn't know. It's like a star, translates for a star, I think, and that's like when black captures one stone. Anyway, yeah, I would have considered it would have gone like this. And if it went like this, yeah, I'd still do this move. Anyway, so that's how you'd use sacrifices. He could also play this, but then he can play that. This stone's dead, and now these stones don't have a base, right? So you just made your corner really big. And if he plays here, what did I put as the best move? Ah, this one. Okay, yeah. So at first I was like, oh, maybe this, right? Or maybe, no, that was really just it, right? So, this move is really good. Black can't just come in here, right? I think it's just a straight up ladder that he loses. So he would probably play something to make shape. White can play here. If black comes in here again, right? He doesn't want to give you the turtle shell, so he has to connect. And then black can white can connect somewhere. And although you're making an empty triangle, which isn't good shape, I feel like it's fine, because I feel like you're ahead of your opponent. And when I say that, I mean like if you guys were racing, white's ahead, right? So we'll move on. So A was a mistake. It was too slow. This led to a lot of fighting sequences I don't really want to go into, but this one is very self-explanatory. I can't say that, but I just went over all of the 3 variations, so it is explained. I'm glad you didn't respond to this. That's good, because this is too small, right? Like, who cares about this right now? Okay, yeah. So A was a really bad mistake. I don't know what he was doing here. Yeah. White has a group here and a group here, and this one technically isn't settled yet. Neither is this one. So I would personally want to keep them completely separate while trying to undercut this, right? Like, and if white was to play solidly, like the peep here, peep, and then black answers by connecting, keeping his stones connected and strong. Black now can like make a base almost, keep out into the center, and attack these stones a little bit. So, and this is still cramped up, right? So let's say if white responds, black might even, no, I just play this, right? And now white's undercut. He'll live, but he's not going to make a lot of points. Move on though. Black played a really bad move here. Black plays another really bad move here. I don't understand. When your opponent touches you, you don't want your opponent to surround you and just kill you, right? So the natural thing to do when your opponent touches you is to extend or hane something. But because he didn't do that, he played this move, which was really bad, and white got this great result. Now this was super good. This probably hurts the stone a lot, maybe even kills it, and then it's pretty close to connecting with these guys now. So if you just make this into one big territory, that's humongous. Yeah, okay. I think I would have wanted to play it here. That way if black plays this, you can make double tiger mouths, and then black has to come back, and now you can play something over here. But that's me. Because this undercut is just too good for black. Because you can't hane to stop him. So even though he's pushing from behind, it kind of feels like he's in the lead. Even if you wanted to get real non-shaped, like, you could do something like this. Because these stones aren't alive yet. In fact, they're pretty close to dead when you get a move like this. So he would have to answer somehow. If this was a real game, I would be scared to answer this. Maybe something like this. Black would come in, but now you can do this. So now you have that white wall. He's still undercut, and you have your extension. But so doing this extension was a bit too early because of this move, which he took advantage of right away. I like this. Good. So you ended up playing here. Not good. You gotta do more reading. Even if you didn't do any reading, you should know that this 2-stone wall with this 1 stone here is a very good shape. It makes it hard for black to like attack you and get good results. And so naturally, like, if you didn't want to do any reading, then you could just play here. And now black's just dead, right? Like, you get the corner, everybody's happy. If you wanted to do the cool reading one, make sure to do your reading before you play this. But if black tries to separate you, Atari, make shape, so black can't play in here, right? Or he gives you the turtle shell. Black can Atari you, but no matter what direction he pushes you in, he will die. He dies this way, and if he pushes you this way, he doesn't have enough liberties, so he dies again. He's dead. So this was a bad move. The only thing I can say to remember this maybe is if you have these two stones plus a stone 1 jump plus a 1 jump array, they're pretty safe, right? So let's say yeah, okay, let's say black tries to do this. It's the same thing, right? No matter what, white's not going to be disconnected. So I don't know what more to tell you on that. Let's move on. This is very bad shape. White's move here was very, very bad. It makes the empty triangle, which is these 3 stones and then an opening here. If you don't know anything about the empty triangle, I guess I'll teach you real quick. How many liberties do these 3 stones have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that was using 3 stones. How many liberties do these 3 stones have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the empty triangle, the empty triangle has 7, whereas the straight line has 8. So making this shape is very inefficient, and Go is all about efficiency. If you can do moves that do like 2 to 3 purposes, or if you can, you know, make more liberties by making correct shape, you want to be doing those things. So playing this way was not good. If you did your reading, or if I had to do mine, I wanted to see first if I could cut here, and this led to this like long fight, this long complicated fight. So it would be complicated, but these stones look like they're very close to death. These stones are very close to death. They should live, but they're very close. These stones technically aren't alive either if white gets a move down here to undercut black. They kind of look alive, but still you can harass the crap out of them. So this would lead to a complicated fight, but it's something you would look at without like playing this shape, right? And if this didn't work and you didn't like this, then you could do this shape. This shape is the bamboo joint. If you don't know it, you should. It's very good. It's unbreakable, right? No matter where black plays, white gets to connect, and it's 2 stones with 2 stones. It's called the bamboo joint. That's the shape of the day, and the empty triangle is the anti-shape of the day. We'll move on though. What did I need to say about this move? Oh, it was a bad move. So white has these 2 stones. Black kinda has influence in the center, so black should play here to try and keep these 2 stones separate from these stones, and then he can try and kill them. But instead he plays this really bad move. White, I would consider this a bad move too, because you should just connect. If black plays here, you're gonna be hurting a lot. So we'll move on. All these moves were mistakes because you still needed to connect over here. But we'll move on. You ended up connecting. I'm not sure. if he played well. Maybe I would even play this, and this still doesn't let you connect. Right? You're still not connected, and now these stones are looking kinda dead. But anyway. So far most of this was good. This was bad. This was really bad. I was disappointed in you, Romie. He played this, which is ludicrous. That goes nowhere. I don't know what he was thinking. But you play here, and I should ask why, because if black plays here, how many liberties does he have? 1, right? So you could just kill him if he ends up playing there. Or 2, you could even let him have it and do something else, and then it's just a snapback again. So you didn't have to play in the next move. You should have played here. Atari. Kill the whole group. Put away the game. There's no way black can make eyes in this situation, so he is dead. But that was, I think, the last part of the game that I wanted to talk about. Other than making eyes over here. I'm sure you could study this life and death on your own, but somehow you did the only move that doesn't kill black. Actually, you could have even drawn back this way, I think. And black is still dead, right? But in the real game, you ended up playing here and just dying. I mean, letting him live, which was pretty bad. Though you were still ahead by a lot of points. So, white could have played this at this time, right? Like, this is the move you played, but it was at the wrong time, right? Like, if white plays here, it doesn't matter if black plays this, you just pull back, right? You can't do anything. So you didn't have to play this move, and you could threaten a snapback. So if he plays somewhere else, right? Actually, I guess technically it isn't a snapback, but it's not an eye. It's not 2 eyes either. What else? You could have played this, and it would go like this. He only has 1 eye now. There's a bunch of ways. I'm sure you saw that after the game. Alright, let's go over the highlights. Romie actually won this game by a lot of points. I think score estimator says it was like 40. I didn't realize it was that big of a win, but yeah, good job, Romie. We'll just go over the highlights real quick. When black has a stone here, you might want to consider approaching somewhere over here so he doesn't get a double wing. And a double wing means that he gets 1 star point, another star point, and he already has 1 in the middle. So he gets 1 side, 2 side. Red fish, blue fish, right? Let's see. Very, 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 very terrible shape, Romie. You gotta play this way. I mean, for black, black has to separate you. This is very bad for white. But you did well, because he messed up. This is usually not the ideal move you should be doing when black has a double wing. I'm kind of bad at knowing where to move when your opponent already has 3 moves on this board. But I know that if it went this way, I would have played under or kicked or anything. Like, any of these moves are really good for black. But I showed you this one example where black just has A and B, and so he can kill these stones, or attempt to kill these stones, and kill them, possibly kill this one. If you play it this way, this one's dead. But, well, if, yeah, okay, sure. But anyway, that all stems from this bad move. But he gave it away. He was like, "Nah, I don't want to attack my opponent. What is this, a violent game?" So, A was a mistake. I first considered this, but I couldn't find a good variation for it. So next came this move, which was actually really good. Gives you the turtle shell, right? Move on. This was wrong timing. You needed to seal this off, or do moves like these. You can see how this is way better, right? Because black can't undercut you. So when your formation is like this, black can undercut you at any time, and you can't do anything about it. So, this was bad. You should have remember this formation of the white stones and how usually it's pretty good for white, so he can tend to like do something more safe and or dangerous, however you want to look at it. Now you could do something like this, right? Because no matter what, black should die. I think that's the main highlights. Keep your stones connected. That's definitely a good principle. No doubt about it. But it's fine. This, you did well seeing this, but then you did bad by playing here. Don't give your opponent free stuff. Alright, Romie. You know, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps. Take it easy, everyone.